Why does it seem like the easiest way to make 100K nowadays is to sell a course on how to make 100K? As someone who's made multiple six-figures selling courses, I'm coming clean and exposing exactly how we do it. But before I confess, I'm snitching on everyone else. And we're gonna start with the guy who started it all. For each guru, I'm going to explain how he rose to fame and snatched all of your attention, all of the strategies we use to manipulate your mind and suck every last dollar. And lastly, I'll evaluate our evil actions and judge just how scummy and scammy we are on a scale from overpaid lazy teacher to Bernie fucking Madoff.
Suspect 1, Tai Lopez. $10 million. Now, the history of selling courses online obviously starts with Tai Lopez. Like everybody else, I first found out about Tai Lopez from my Here in My Lamborghini in the Hollywood Hills knowledge those videos. The idea of an online course didn't even exist at this point, and I wanted to get rich, so he had my attention, but I didn't fully trust him. Then another YouTuber called him out for being a scammer.
And you rented that Lamborghini.
So he flew out to him, and he showed he really had the mansion in the Hollywood Hills. He even took him on a ride in a Lamborghini, but there was a dark side behind all of this.
See, Tai was running these ads to sell you a course. However, Tai's main course, 67 Steps, was accused by a lot of people who bought it of just being long-winded, boring rants containing repackaged information that could be found anywhere for free on the internet. But that doesn't necessarily make him a scammer. Nobody expected to get an entire Lamborghini for 67 bucks.
You could compare it to a cheap toy you got for Christmas that broke by New Year's. But what I discovered next investigating Tai was even worse. See, Tai Lopez had a ton of courses. He had a crypto course, this course, that course. But he wasn't even behind any of these numerous courses except one. He hired other alleged experts in the industry of the course to do the course and manage the students for him.
Which is better for the students, but isn't it a bit suspicious he's selling a course on something he hasn't done? Yes, it is.
But there was one course Tai Lopez made that he was undoubtedly great at himself, and I think you guys already kind of know what it is. So that's Tai Lopez's story. Now let's break down the sneaky tactics he used to make his $10 million. Tai made so much money because he was one of the first people to use YouTube ads. See, nowadays, if you want to pay YouTube to get your product or course shown to 1 million people, it's going to cost you about $20,000. Back then, it was only 1,000. Now, Tai said that the Here in My Garage YouTube video has over 600 million views on it. Now, it may sound insane to spend $600,000 to show people your car on your bookshelf until you do the math. The average conversion rate on a YouTube ad is 12%, meaning 12% of the people that see an ad will click on the site. Now, the average conversion rate of a well-done sales page is 2%. So out of 600 million people, if 12% of those people clicked the site, and if 2% of those people bought the course, it was probably more like 1 or 0.5%. But that gives him a net worth in the range of $10 to $60 million. And it's not just Tai Lopez that got rich off of this wave. All of these online companies, Casper, Lemonade, Allbirds, literally built billion-dollar brands just because they knew how to use YouTube ads. Now, who got scammed with this? Because we all know there's always someone getting scammed. Yes, it was you, the viewer. But just a tip, yeah, the course should have been way better for someone's 67 hard-earned dollars, but again, no one was really expecting to become a millionaire off of his course. So what's the verdict on Tai? What's his fatal flaw? Tai was selling courses to sell courses because it was the easiest way to make money. And is he a scammer? Well, I wouldn't call him one because I sell courses, but let's ask the anti-course detectives what they think of Tai's 67 steps to success.
He provides actual products, which he delivers on. And I've seen a lot of people compliment his products that gave them a little bit of success and helped them out in life.
If you like Tai Lopez, this might be a good course for you.
I didn't expect that. So if they believe Tai is genuinely helping people's lives, why are they making videos shitting on him? Meet our next suspects, the anti-course guys, 200K a year and above. You would think that these people would be the least likely to scam you, right? Until you look at Graham Stephan, a finance YouTuber who's very vocal about not pushing a course down his audience's throat. But because he wasn't making that much money from courses, he allegedly promoted an alleged crypto scam called FTX where a ton of people lost a ton of fucking money. But Graham is right. A lot of people are tired of their favorite content creators selling courses to them. The next most famous anti-course guy, Spencer Cornelia. He just made a video calling Iman Gadzhi a scammer, and he promoted BetterHelp, which a lot of his audience is accusing of being a scam, in the same video. I mean, it's not as bad as selling a scam course, but still, there's moral shakiness there. However, there's no moral shakiness with CoffeeZilla, the guy who's so legit that he never did a single sponsorship. Now, these guys do a good service by exposing scammers who would take someone's money they'd use to feed their children so that they could buy another Rolls Royce. But their fatal flaw is a lack of direction. Just like how a lot of the course guys fail to admit that they made most of their money from courses, the anti-course guys fail to admit that they make most of their money from shitting on courses, which is terrible for 2 reasons. One, they're more focused on exposing someone than making sure that they're right. Oh, yeah. No, that sucks. They're running a business just like the course guys are, but their job is not to make you rich. Their job is to find scammers. This is why Spencer has been wrong a couple times with Mr. Organic and Mickey, and he did admit that he was wrong. He called Mickey a faker. Mickey told him to fly out and see if he was legit, and he found that he was.
Real shit. Yep.
So my assistant would schedule all these different girls who wanted to smash.
10 girls in one day, apparently. Maybe Fantasyland is more enjoyable than reality sometimes.
You're welcome to open and see a lot of naked photos yourself.
If any of these girls had twin sisters, you know, I'm single.
But there's a second, darker, deeper, dirtier reason why the fact that these guys make money off of the guys who make the course scams is so detrimental. And I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But at the end of the day, these guys are needed. Their skepticism is genuinely valuable. The main points that they call courses scam courses and gurus, fake gurus for, should be applied to every course you even consider buying, including mine. Can the info be found anywhere on the internet? Did the person selling you the course do what the course is about themselves? Are they faking a luxury lifestyle? And do they leave their customers hanging after they buy with no support or follow-up? If you look at all these things, you'll be able to see all these scammers clearly, and that's what we're gonna do for the rest of the video. So let's apply this formula to the next guy that they're all going after right now. Meet Iman Gadzhi. Now, Iman's story is a great one. Remember Tai Lopez's one good course I was talking about? It was on SMMA. See, Tai Lopez got so great at running ads to sell his courses that he figured he could teach someone how to run ads for anything. Maybe your local dentist or your local hot dog shop could promote their services with the same ad strategies. And it worked. It created an entire internet wave called SMMA that is literally responsible for almost every rich person under the age of 21 on the internet right now.
And he doesn't keep his methods for success a secret. He gives great advice like read books, take a shower, drink water.
And then he started to show the audience the results of his work. The same broke kid that they saw in the cheap house, going to the gym every day. Now they see him buying $1 million worth of cars, spending $1 million on private jets, buying a multi-million-dollar residence in Dubai. But wait, his agency only made $1 million. His lifestyle reflects him having $10 million or more. So what was going on here? Well, he actually made most of his money, like most of the people on this list, off courses. However, he did actually do himself what he teaches in the course. It's just maybe his course will only get you a BMW instead of a Phantom. But then I started digging deeper and found something even more disgusting. See, his course was $1,000. Most of the people in his audience were kids who looked up to him, 18 years old. There's no way they could come up with that amount of money. So if he really cared about giving people a way out, there's no way you would price it that high. However, he did have a lot of follow-up. He made sure to build systems to keep the students motivated. But was his course actually good, or was it just made up of crap from the internet? Well, when I went searching for reviews of his course, I found a ton of fake reviews. This is a slimy, dirty trick that a lot of these course sellers will do. If you search up a review of somebody's course, you might see a video that says, "Is blank 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 course a scam? I bought it, so you don't have to." You'll go through the video, and in the beginning, it'll seem like it's an honest review of the course. It'll talk about some negatives and how the dude who bought it thought it was a scam too. But you'll realize it wasn't a review at all. It was an advertisement for the course. And they'll tell you to buy that course at their link below, because if you do, they get a percentage of your sale. But I was able to find one real review of Iman's course. And that review will give the verdict on Iman, because what he did wasn't really that bad. He caught people with the old money image, cinematic videos, and great edits. He made $1 million at a young age. But besides that, you can't get mad at him for choosing to spend 2 years to make $10 million off of courses, instead of repeating the 4 years it took him to make his first million with his agency, as long as his courses on agencies are actually good. And in that one honest review, the student gives it a 6 out of 10. He says it's not worth $3,000, it should cost $1,000. But he does say that that course is the reason why he made $3,000 a month.
The course has helped a tremendous amount when I first started my agency, and my agency now is earning me around $3,000 per month.
And he had no affiliate link to sell. People are graduating with $200,000 in debt and will never have $200,000 in their lives. Iman may have holes in his story, but he's not a scammer. He just has the fatal flaw of timidness. You even see it in his allegedly sleep-inducing content. Iman has been timid about all the people saying that he didn't make money with his agency, saying he's a scammer for the crypto NFT, when he held an in-person meeting for all the people in the NFT. But the accusations against Iman are getting bigger and bigger. He's posting multiple YouTube videos back to back that are better than ever but are still flopping because he didn't stand up, drop his nuts on the table, and force people to respect him. Now, if you don't respect Iman, then you're gonna hate this next guy. There's some guy on the internet who basically does everything Iman does, but he did it before he did, and he did it to a way more extreme degree. But he got wiped off the internet right before Iman's rise to fame. Yes, I'm talking about Tate, the most Googled nigga alive. Now, like me, he had cheap supercars before the fame. He started off as a kickboxer and he became world champion. But then somebody hit him too hard and knocked off his hairline. And so he retired, but he still had 7 girlfriends.
So we put him on webcams and open casinos.
So he did make money before fame, but it wasn't Bugatti money. He didn't get that car until far after Hustlers University launch.
And casinos and webcams are obviously
slimy, dirty business models and are against both of the religions that both of the brothers have converted to and believe in today. But what's even worse than this is not that Andrew Tate has said some of the most disgusting things I've ever heard come out of a human being's mouth. It's because you guys care. Trump has said a lot of things I don't agree with. But just because I don't like Donald Trump's haircut doesn't mean he doesn't give great business advice. So besides all of Tate's political comments, Hustlers University actually seems like a great place for a young person who knows college is a scam. Keep in mind, college professors are saying this. It's 10 times harder for us to win than it was for him. So instead of regular university, a lot of young dudes are trying Hustlers University. And they're finding that there's a lot of courses and an active community of young people who want to get rich just like them within this Hustlers University. But if it's going to be $50 a month, is it a scam? Again, let's see what the anti-course detectives have to say.
Why is it a scam? So you actually, I think it's just a scam in terms of like, it's nothing of substance. You're not going to learn to get rich by escaping the matrix and going to work for Jeff Bezos. Fulfillment by Amazon is not escaping the matrix, right? Like that's not the way to hustle to the top. It's literally a field of making money that everyone in the world has access to.
I hear the guy, I know where he's coming from, but simply put, he's fucking wrong. This is the second reason it's so slimy and evil that these dudes make their living crapping on courses, is because they have no solution. CoffeeZilla can't save you. Maybe doing nothing is better than wasting your $50 on the real world like CoffeeZilla says. Sure, but spending $50 on the real world is 1,000 times better than watching a CoffeeZilla video. Tate may be aggressive and show off too much, but at least he's trying to show people ways to make money. CoffeeZilla, however, makes $150,000 a month by telling you not to buy courses. So tell me, what is his subscriber who only makes $3K a month, who's seen his rent go from $1,000 to $2,000 since COVID's supposed to do? Society just isn't working right now, and while removing scammers makes it better, it doesn't fix it. Now, CoffeeZilla also says that you can get any information that you see in these courses from a book or a free course, which is mostly true, but these books are boring. People want to see someone else who's entertaining, who knows how to talk, do the work for them so they can copy after them. Humans learn from imitation. It's innate. Me, CoffeeZilla, Tate, Trump, everyone all agrees on one thing, and it's that life is insanely difficult for the average man, and it's only going to get more difficult. Now, how much money did he make, and what psychological tricks did he use to suck that from the audience? Well, Tate often talks about how Hustlers University has around 20,000 members paying every month. It's $50 a month, that's $1 million a month. Tate has had about 24 months of uninterrupted fame since his first Fresh and Fit appearance, which is when he first started going viral. Though 24 times $1 million, that's at least $24 million Andrew Tate has made off of this. What psychological tricks did he use? Well, he simply used the fact that the world is so tough for the average man that most people are giving up. Men are being told that women only want a rich and famous man with mansions and Lamborghinis. And they're somewhat right, almost every fairy tale has a castle in it. So most dudes feel like I have to be Andrew Tate or a fucking failure. And they're having a tough time with women, so when they hear Andrew Tate say aggressive things about women, they love it and eat it up. Now for the verdicts. What's Tate's fatal flaw? It's controversy. Now, is he a scammer? Well, the one thing CoffeeZilla was kind of right about is that Hustlers University didn't seem to be a great course. It was offering people too many different opportunities to get rich, not telling them one exact path, because almost nobody knows the only one exact path to get rich. In fact, I would say there's only one guy who knows, yours truly, but I'm the last guy you should trust. Yeah, me, exactly. Now, my story was starting to make content is obvious to anyone who's been around for a while. 10 ways to make 10 bands. I showed you the 10 ways, over half of which I did myself and showed proof of. Then I showed you the 10 bands just to prove it's legit. I promise you guys I would get a Porsche off credit. Then I got it. I promise you guys I would get us a Bentley. Then I got it. Free bullshit. My free course for the people who couldn't afford the course made a lot of people a lot of money. And every single item ever flexed in the content came directly from the methods discussed in the content. Worst case scenario, I could always fall back on software engineering or the selling of cute little puppies in order to pay my bills. But the entire time there was a dark side I wasn't showing to the audience. The credit code, my main course, it wasn't cheap. It was like $300. It's either $500 or $1,000 now, but a majority of people who bought the course weren't completing it. Now, someone put in the effort to pay me and I didn't put in the effort to make sure they succeeded. That's a failure on my part. And it gets worse. I was supposed to give this Bentley away months ago. Full transparency, I started a school. It was going to be free. The day I uploaded the video, I only saw 10 signups. So I figured nobody believed me and nobody wanted the Bentley. I checked back a few months later and it had 1,200 signups. So I believed again. But then I crashed it, so I had to fix it. Then I had to go to Europe and I lost the key. I didn't drive it for like 4 months. Hand to God.
So am I a fucking scammer? No, I overpromise, but I also overdeliver.
I was on TikTok Live with a dude today. He bought the course. He's 19 years old, used credit hacks to get in a C8 Corvette, rents it out for $1,000 a day. He, number one, will be able to drive exotic cars, and number two, never have to worry about money ever again in his life. But regardless, that was fucked up. I gave my word, and while I didn't totally break it, I left a lot of people hanging. And even worse than all that, in the credit code. In the beginning, before I knew how many people were going to join, I promised coaching calls. And I was doing them consistently for a good while, but at a certain point, they just got too overwhelming. I didn't have a system built up to handle all the people I needed to handle. And I don't expect fucking forgiveness, but I do expect a chance to make it right. And I'm going to make it right with AI. I, as a person, am limited by my fingers and how many words I can type and how many people I can type to at once, but AI is not. For the past months, I've been training in AI on all the credit knowledge I have.
If you want to learn everything I know about credit that I used to get a Bentley at 23 and travel the world credit hacking for free and All of the AI tools that I use to make this video is not 1,500, but 77. If you don't have the 500 to risk investing in yourself right now, the 77 for an AI that's trained on all of my beginner courses and my personality in order to tell you exactly what I would have wanted to hear when I was grinding hard but had yet to make my first $10,000. But if you don't even want to spend the $77, watch to the end. I have something. And I would seriously consider taking action, because the sad truth that no one will tell you
is that not everyone can be rich. If everyone had a Ferrari, it wouldn't be a Ferrari anymore. If everyone starts wearing a cool brand, it becomes lame. In ancient times, the rich people were the old money people whose great granddads owned castles, and the poor people were the serfs who worked the farms. Then the smartphone revolution happened. Now the rich people are the people who make millions from content we watch on smartphones and don't have to work. Meanwhile, the poor people are the ones who slave away at jobs and have to waste their lives watching the content as their only escape from that reality. But there's another revolution. It's called AI. And it's going to replace 50% of jobs by 2028, according to the top researchers. So I'm going to make up for it by using AI to put us on top.
But before I explain how, I'm not gonna keep you waiting any longer.
Yeah, let's address the last guy we're all thinking of, the elephant in the room, Alex Hormozi. Now, this guy made $100 million before he made a single piece of content, and it was through a completely legitimate business. He's probably more qualified than anyone to make content about how to make money. And he never even shows off any of the Lamborghinis or shit like that. And I was looking through his history to find even some semblance of a dark side, and I just found a quality info product. See, Hormozi made his money off of something called Gym Launch. Basically, Hormozi got really fit himself. Then he opened up a gym where he would train other people on how to get really fit. But his gym was failing, so he came up with a great sales process in order to convince people to do the things that they needed to do for themselves. And it worked and made him a millionaire gym owner. So he started teaching other gyms to do the same thing. This is totally kosher, legit business. But there was a problem that came up. See, the reason Hormozi doesn't show off Lambos or watches or yachts isn't because he's like one of those weirdos who makes billions of dollars and doesn't want to spend the money. It's because he only wants to spend the money on buying other companies. And this is where these guys are in danger of ruining the entire internet. See, his biggest company he's focusing on right now is school. Hormozi's gym launch was great for people's lives. It was helping fat people get fit. And the gym owners that he would teach his process to, he would not charge them until he already started making them money. School, however, is completely different. They're encouraging you to charge people as soon as possible, and they're holding a school competition where the goal of the competition, the metric that they track people on, is not how successful they make their students, how much money they help other people to make, rather how much money they make themselves. And because of that, one of the top school communities on school is a school, which is a course on teaching other people how to build a school, which is a course. It's a course on how to sell courses.
But no matter how scammy or triangle shaped or Egyptian architecture inspired that may sound, as long as the course is good, courses are actually the easiest way to get rich quick.
So yeah, that's my scam that I'm pulling, and it's the greatest scam on the planet, turning you retarded, lazy motherfuckers into hardworking people with valuable skills. Because obviously, at that point, once you've made thousands off the information I've given you, you'd obviously want to share some of those thousands with me. And all I want to do is share everything I have with you. I flew out to Santorini with a credit code member. It took a bit longer than I expected, but my vision of us all linking up and helping each other get more and more and more money is slowly becoming a reality. This is the last chance to get rich. AI is going to change the entire world as we know it. And the people who are not on top of the dragon are going to be in the city of King's Landing getting fucking burned. Now, I believe something beautiful is going to rise from the ashes, but there will be a lot of fire first. It's 2024. You started the year with hella goals, but what have you done so far? Like I said, you don't have 10 years to fuck around and find yourself like the last generations did. It's 4 years, then AI, then World War III. Elon, the man who's so smart he's an autistic billionaire like Michael Burry or Rain Man, he said by 2028, AI is going to replace all the jobs. So your 10-year plan, into college, having kids, throw that shit out the fucking window and get on this AI train. So yeah, we're all fucked. Some of us are less fucked because we're gonna be using AI.
Get the credit code plus AI if you want to skip the line. But if you still gotta grind for your first 10 bands, do it with my AI behind you. And if you don't even have $77 to your name, we added a lot of new things to the site, including potentially a link to get it for free. Browse around a lot, you might find it. Whatever option of the three you choose, go now. Please, we all agreed that the average guy is screwed. Chris Brown is out here prima nocting everybody's girlfriend. If you even have a girlfriend, I promise he would do it to you too. So use AI to make so much money that you have a trust fund for yourself, and buy leg lengthening surgery so you're 6'5", and get eye surgery so you have blue eyes. And then you'll have so many girls that it won't even matter if one of them goes off and gets her cheeks palmed by Chris Brown. Take action.